Hey, this is Rick Theriault, your Maine real estate guide. I'm on location today in the town of Millinocket, Maine at one of my wife's newest listings. And before I get into the intimate details of this 3-bedroom, 2-bath, brick constructed home that is situated on 1.14 acres and built in 1993, I was doing some heavy reading and getting caught up on construction techniques. Did you know that brick homes are more energy efficient than typical stick-built homes? They also hold their value better than stick-built homes. They're easier to heat. They're easier to keep cool. They're just a better method of constructing homes, but it's also more expensive. This property is coming to market at $350,000. And but I wanted to talk to you a little bit about the differences in construction. And you know, I read a book once, not too long ago, or maybe about, I think it was something along the lines of everything I needed to know I learned in kindergarten. I'm not sure if that's the exact title, but it was something along those lines. And you know, as children growing up, we learned a lot of things. And we even learned, you know, about differences in construction and building a quality home. And the construction manual that I've been recently reading is this one here that was written a long time ago, and probably a lot of you have read it or have read it to children, and it is Three Little Pigs. You know, the Three Little Pigs were, you know, they all had different personalities. You know, one little pig, he built a house of straw because he wanted to hurry up and get it done. You know, just have a place to lay his head and then sing and dance and party along. And his brother was a little more ambitious, and he built a house of twigs and sticks. And again, because he wanted to hurry and get it done. But the third little pig built a house of bricks. So even back then as children, we learned about the quality of construction of a brick home, because when that big bad wolf comes huffing and puffing at your door, you want to be living in a house of bricks, because not only will it keep the big bad wolf out, but it keeps weather at bay. It's quiet on the inside. It's just a better house. So with that, I'm turning over the rest of the tour of this beautiful 2,500 plus or minus square foot finished living space home on 1.14 acres in Millinocket, Maine, to my wife, Nancy Theriault, and fellow realtor.
Hi, it's Nancy Theriault here, associate broker with United Country Lifestyle Properties of Maine. Here on location at our newest listing. It's 280 Morgan Lane in Millinocket. It's a great property. It's on 1.14 acres, which is a large double lot. It's at the end of a loop. Morgan Lane is a loop, so it has over 550 feet of road frontage, and it has a nice wood buffer of trees in between the neighbors, so it's very, very private. Already being here on this cool February morning, we've seen squirrels and birds, and I've been told that there are turkeys and even a moose from time to time can be seen from this property. So it has a lot of nice trees. On the back side of the house, it's a little hard today as far as to walk too far because of the snow situation. But on the other side of the house, there is an apple tree and a cherry tree, along with all kinds of perennials that have been planted here. It's a beautiful Southern-styled brick home that's a contemporary executive home. It's all on one level, and it's very well insulated and meets the needs of our cold climate up here in Maine. Let's go inside and take a look at the house. There is a 2-car garage that we're going to enter in through, and direct entry into the house. So you enter into the house directly into the mudroom, which has the washer and the dryer and plenty of closet space. Right into a very nice large kitchen with cathedral ceiling, and actually has it's an eat-in kitchen. It has you know, a nice table, lots of the windows are all nice big double pane windows that allow a lot of light in. Plus there's a lot of interesting lighting in here as well. There's some track lighting, recessed lighting. It's a great house for entertaining. As I said before, it's first floor living. So this is a house you can age in. Here is the master bedroom suite. It's a large bedroom with the vaulted ceiling, so it gives you that feel of even being bigger. So it's got a big feel to it. It goes right into your own personal bathroom. Has a jacuzzi jet tub for soaking. Has a walk-in shower. A double vanity, and then there's a walk-in closet. I'm not going to go in there today. It's rather full of stuff. I'm getting ready for this showing. Then we go through the French doors into the dining area. Again, lots of nice lighting, full windows. Nice front door with a big window as well. So lots of light comes in here, particularly afternoon light. Chandeliers light it very well. In here you've got the high vaulted ceiling. And I particularly love the arch. And then you have a one step down into a sunken living room that has a new hardwood floor. Has a beautiful white brick fireplace that is a propane fired insert. But again, a very large feeling room, very comfortable. And then there actually is, I'll show you this because I think this is great. This house is heated with a hot water baseboard furnace, and there are multiple zones. There are 3 zones, and if you're here by yourself and you don't want to heat the other side of the house, that has its own thermostat, so you can turn that down. Over here, there are 2 bedrooms and another full bathroom. Nice bedroom with a cathedral ceiling, very open feeling. Has a closet, plenty of space in here. This bedroom overlooks, I can actually see a squirrel out in the yard, but overlooks the yard. And I understand that about 15 feet from the side window is where the septic system is located. And here is another full bathroom. And there's a closet behind the door, and there's plenty of room. It's a tub and shower enclosure. Both the bathrooms in this house have tiled floors. The flooring in these 2 bedrooms and hallway is a vinyl laminate floor that was installed a couple of years ago, and it goes right from one bedroom to the other. This is the other bedroom, another good sized bedroom. This does not have the vaulted ceiling, but it just has a regular ceiling. But then again, it's still a good sized bedroom. All the bedrooms in this house are of good, ample size. All right, so now we're downstairs in partial. This basement is partially finished, so I'm going to take you on a little tour down here so you can get an idea of the layout. Over through this door, there's actually the electrical box. You can see that there. There's the oil tank over here. You got your pressure tank for your well. This home has both private well and septic. In this neighborhood, they do not have town water or sewer. So that's a real plus here. There's a little sitting room or a place where people could sit and visit. There's a pool room with a bar, and there's a wet bar, there's a refrigerator, ice maker, the whole 9 yards. There also is a secret closet here behind the stairs. There's this bookcase that has a hinged door, so there is a secret closet in here. So and that opens up, and you can store things in there, which is pretty cool. But you can entertain a lot of people with your bar and it's a good place for a family to get together, holidays or, whenever, and just be able to enjoy each other's company. And in the summertime, this is nice and cool down here. On the other side of the basement is not finished. That's where you're going to find your furnace and other furnace, and there's a wood stove. They're in the process of moving stuff, so there's a lot of stuff in this basement right now. There is a hot water baseboard furnace that I told you about that has hot water right off the furnace. There's also a wood stove that was installed by this owner a few years ago, and she says that when she's here, they go through about 3 to 4 quarts of wood a year. And she's got plenty of storage. There's a bulkhead where her wood is able to come down and be stacked inside for her, which is kind of nice. There is a half bathroom down here. Really don't use it. And I understand that the toilet needs to be repaired down here. If somebody's interested in that, they're able to do that, especially if you're going to be using the family room downstairs more. But it's a nice big basement. It's a poured concrete basement with a concrete floor. You'll see all the metal supports. It has really good supports. It's well built. And the house itself, there is a septic design available that was done in August of 1992. And so the house was built between 92 and 93. I believe it was finished in 1993. That's pretty much it for the tour down here. So that concludes our tour of 280 Morgan Lane in Millinocket. If you are interested in having a tour or getting more information on this beautiful listing, and if you're interested in having a house built of brick and not of stick, please contact Nancy Theriault, Associate Broker, United Country Lifestyle Properties in Maine, 207-731-9901. And don't forget to ring that bell and subscribe so you see more of our videos as our listings are coming up. Thank you and have a great day.
Once upon a time, there were 3 little pigs who went out into the big world to build their homes and seek their fortunes. The first little pig did not like to work at all. He quickly built himself a house of straw. Then off he danced down the road to see how his brothers were getting along. The second little pig was building himself a house too. He did not like to work any better than his brother, so he had decided to build a quick and easy house of sticks. Soon it was finished too. It was not a very strong little house, but at least the work was done. Now the second little pig was free to do what he liked. What he liked to do was play his fiddle and dance. So while the first little pig tooted his flute, the second little pig sawed away on his fiddle, dancing as he played. And as he danced, he sang, "I built my house of sticks, I built my house of twigs, with a hey diddle diddle, I play on my fiddle and dance all kinds of jigs." Then off danced the 2 little pigs down the road together to see how their brother was getting along. The third little pig was a sober little pig. He was building a house too, but he was building his house of bricks. He did not mind hard work, and he wanted a stout little strong little house, for he knew that in the woods nearby there lived a big bad wolf who liked nothing better than to catch little pigs and eat them up. So slap, slosh, slap, away he worked, laying bricks and smoothing mortar between them. "Ha, ha, ha," laughed the first little pig when he saw his brother hard at work. "Ho, ho, ho," laughed the second little pig. "Come down and play with us," he called. But the busy little pig did not pause. Slap, slosh, slap, went bricks on mortar as he called down to them. "I built my house of stones, I built my house of bricks, I have no chance to sing and dance, for work and play don't mix." "Ho, ho, ho, ha, ha, ha," laughed the 2 lazy little pigs, dancing along to the tune of the fiddle and the flute. "You can laugh and dance and sing," their busy brother called after them, "but I'll be safe and you'll be sorry when the wolf comes to the door." "Ha, ha, ha, ho, ho, ho," laughed the 2 little pigs again. And they disappeared into the woods, singing a merry tune. "Who's afraid of the big bad wolf? The big bad wolf, the big bad wolf. Who's afraid of the big bad wolf? Tra-la-la-la-la." Just as the first pig reached the door, out of the woods popped the big bad wolf. The little pig squealed with fright and slammed the door. Little pig, let me come in," cried the wolf. "Not by the hair of my chinny chin chin," said the little pig. "Then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house in," roared the wolf. And he did. He blew the little straw house all to pieces. Away raced the little pig to his brother's house of sticks. No sooner was he in the door when knock, 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 there was the big bad wolf. But of course the little pigs would not let him come in. "I'll fool those little pigs," said the big bad wolf to himself. He left the little pig's house and he hid behind a big tree. Soon the door opened and the 2 little pigs peeked out. There was no wolf in sight. "Ha, ha, ha, ho, ho, ho," laughed the 2 little pigs. "We fooled him." Then they danced around the room, singing gaily, "Who's afraid of the big bad wolf? The big bad wolf, the big bad wolf. Who's afraid of the big bad wolf? Tra-la-la-la-la." Soon there came another knock at the door. It was the big bad wolf again, but he had covered himself with a sheepskin and was curled up in a big basket, looking like a little lamb. "Who's there?" called the second little pig. "I'm a poor little sheep with no place to sleep. Please open the door and let me in," said the big bad wolf in a sweet little voice. The little pig peeked through a crack at the door and he could see the wolf's big black paws and sharp fangs. "Not by the hair of my chinny chin chin. You can't fool us with that sheepskin," said the second little pig. "Then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house in," cried the angry old wolf. So he huffed and he puffed and he puffed and he huffed and he blew the little twig house all to pieces. Away raced the two little pigs, straight to the third little pig's house of bricks. "Don't worry," said the third little pig to his two frightened little brothers. "You are safe here." Soon they were all singing gaily. This made the big bad wolf perfectly furious. "Now by the hair of my chinny chin chin," he roared, "I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house in." So the big bad wolf huffed and he puffed and he puffed and he huffed, and he could not blow down the little house of bricks. How could he get in? At last he thought of the chimney. So up he climbed quietly. Then with a snarl, down he jumped, right into a kettle of boiling water. With a yelp of pain, he sprang straight up the chimney again and raced away into the woods. The three little pigs never saw him again and spent their time in a strong little brick house, singing and dancing merrily. This is Rick Theriault, your Maine real estate guide, on location in Millinocket, Maine. And if you have a chance to buy a home built of straw or twigs, I recommend instead you buy a house of bricks.